All right, so this is a 2009 Chevy HHR. Not that cool of a car. But if you come around here, you can see right there, it's got these two letters, SS. And then if you come back here, it's got them there too, and it says Turbocharged. Meaning this is a 2.0 Ecotec Turbo. And I traded it for a dirt bike that I bought from a buddy for 1,600 bucks. I have a video on it. I fixed it. I love my buddy. I don't know if he did this on purpose. I don't know if he just didn't know. His air fuel was all the way in, so I just unscrewed it, 2 screws, and ran like a top. So thank you. And I messaged this guy because I had a BMW GS that I was trying to get rid of, and so I messaged him for the GS. He's like, I'm not that interested. I'm more of a dirt bike guy. I'm like, okay, get the dirt bike fixed, and then message him again like, hey, would you trade me the HHR for the dirt bike? He's like, sure. Throw 100 bucks in. So I was like 1,700 bucks in the dirt bike. I paid him 100 bucks, and he towed it to my house. This is an $1,800 Chevy HHR with the manual transmission, and it's an SS, so it's got the 2.0 turbo. But it's got one little issue. And the issue is not that it's got some curb rash, which can get fixed with some Rust-Oleum, or the fact that these tires are actually in pretty good shape, or the fact that it has the leather interior that looks kind of cool, or the fact that it smells like smoke. This affects millions and millions and millions of manual transmission cars. Look at that. The clutch pedal, the clutch pedal right here is loosey-goosey. When you kick it in, it does nothing. And what this does is it activates what's called the slave cylinder. And when you kick your clutch in, it disengages and engages this little part that on a lot of cars, like Subarus for example, really easy to access. On this car though, it's not the easiest to access. You have to do a little bit of work, but you know, I'm here for work. This is the part. Whew. This is the part right here. This is the slave cylinder. When you kick the pedal, hydraulic fluid goes in this hole right here and engages the clutch, and then when you release, it disengages the clutch. So I have a whole eBay special $208 stage 2 kit with flywheel that I'm going to be putting in the car, and it runs. It supposedly was driving up to the moment where it no longer would hold enough fluid. He said they had to tow it home, but it's running and driving. Seems like it's in okay shape. I'll show you guys under the hood. Okay, beautiful vehicles. Look at these curves. This was, in fact, a barn find. Well, a barn dominium find. He had it downstairs in his barn, and it had a bunch of dirt on it, but it rained. That's the level of barn find it was. Whew. Okay, here we are. Now, it's honestly in pretty good shape, all things considered. Okay, so we have the fuse box removed. I have all the mounts, all the bolts to the transmission removed. This last mount is the last thing holding it in. We have the subframe out. It's really just this bolt, that bolt down there, and that bolt down there. You can actually see where the socket's at. Tucked all the way back up. You see that shiny bit? That is where the bolt is at. So we just gotta zip that out. I don't know how much the freaking GoPro picked up, but we got the clutch is exposed. Transmission's out. Doesn't weigh that much. I might have been able to do that myself, but I also probably would have smashed her in the ground. So what happens on these, this is our slave cylinder. That's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like this, everyone. So these go bad, and as you can see, it's crushed. It's literally disintegrating. It's supposed to look like this, all complete, and this one, as you can tell, I might be able to get it off with my hand, is not all complete. This fluid, so that's from the pedal, for sake of discussion. There's a line that runs to here. This is for bleeding it. You press it, fluid runs in and pushes this fluid to here, which goes into this little slot right there. And then this will expand or compress, engaging or disengaging the clutch, which is right there. And that clutch, I'd be surprised if it's stock. So if it is stock, good for freaking Chevy on that one. Okay, so we're gonna use one of these, the one size fits all bolt extractor, because I'm just gonna hog this out and then pull it out and then put a pair of channel locks on it. So let's see if it works. Let me see. I just don't want to hurt the threads. You know what I mean? So we got that there. Oh. Yeah, let's... Oh, there it goes, I think. Look on some forums and I hate, clearly this is bad, but man, I would freaking hate to pull this out again. But I don't know, maybe you can get to it through this access portal. So, I don't know, maybe. Ta-da! That's the issue. It leaks. That's brake fluid. Very good for the human hands to handle. I am debating on sending it with this stud, which I just custom made. So let me go pick up that piece. This stripped out. It was a Torx bit. Good job on that, Chevy. Freaking stupid. But the other two Torx bits look like they're still in good shape. So if I reuse these bolts, I might be able to put this back in tonight, which would be appealing to me. But that's also not the best thing to do. So I'll see if I got a bolt or something that's the same thread pitch, but if not, you might not see me tighten that section up, you know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes done is better than perfect. Me just with a Q-tip. Yeah, no, just like stupid, but they work, right? Like getting in those tight spaces down there, it's easy for a cloth. Like I'm trying to clean that up. Look, I think I just found like a bearing from, yeah, that is definitely, it's not a good sign. Look at this. Oops, oops. Another bearing piece. Let's see, let's go fishing. Dude, that is insane. See if I can find any more. Alright, time to pan for him. I know I got one for sure. Let's see. Oh, yep, there's just one in there. Pretty wild. This is hands down the messiest transmission inners that I've ever seen. Like, it is awful, man. Let's just get them started back in. Okay, I've never seen a flywheel that's this bad. Look at that. This clutch and pressure plate destroyed. Look at this. I don't even know what that is. That's insane. Well, time to take the flywheel off. So I'll probably get my big lug-a-dug-a. And yeah, I want to show the people how bad this thing was. I was just trying to make a cool time lapse from it, but here we are. Okay, so we have right here the finest $208 clutch kit that eBay had to offer. So here we are.
New plate. The old one's obviously cooked. So I'm going to take this off, spray it down with some brake cleaner. Make sure that it looks similar to the old one. Make sure it mounts up. And then I'm going to put some blue Loctite on all these bolts. And then pull them to spec. So the flywheel will be on. And I'll slide this fancy tool in there. I'll put the pressure plate on. Make sure it's all lined up. Pull that out. And then put these fancy bolts. I'll probably blue Loctite them too, because we got the tube out. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be what's going on next.
Dude, you went. This man just had this transmission on his chest under there. This is my transmission jack. That was. We thought it was lighter than it was, but she's in. Now we're just trying to get the mounts all lined up. We got the transmission in. It was not an easy fiasco whatsoever. Some say a man's stomach and chest gave the ultimate sacrifice. We tried to use this ratcheting strap technique, but I had it too far back on the engine, so it kept twisting it, like the transmission would be coming in, but it was twisted, so we couldn't get it to line up, and ended up putting a transmission on my younger brother's chest. But he's fine. He's never better. I'll give him a few sodas and we'll call it a day. But now we just gotta get this transmission mount. We got one of the bolts lined up somewhat. Maybe I need to loosen that more to get the others to swing over, but we got to get the whole transmission in the correct orientation. Have a jack underneath. I'll play with it. And then finish tightening up the transmission bolts. Transmission went in super smooth. Like once we actually had it up, that was the difficult part. It just slid right in. And you know, we're probably like 45 minutes away from starting. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. The subframe is in. Ooh, look at that. But I'm ready for bed. All right, so I think I got everything. So we got the fuse box back in. I just started putting the tires on, and I realized I should make sure that it cranks and it fires up. Once again, I've heard this car start once off of a battery starter or a battery jumper. We're in neutral, clutch is in. That's not good. That's not good. Uh-oh. Let's see. All right. Not my first time having an engine that can't start. You need power to the starter, and you need ground. I removed this nut off the ground, and I thought, I should go look at it. And she's loosey-goosey. She is freewheeling. That right there should be attached. So I gotta go under there and get it attached. It's currently almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Let's see. Perfect. Let's see if it's something simple. All right, let's see if we can get this to crank. Come on, girl. This is the next night. Same grubby clothes. That's not good. Okay, I'm gonna swap the battery. Guys, I've been chasing this electronic gremlin. I just didn't have these tight enough. Whoa, man. You gotta like cinch them up. All right, first start. Does it blow up?